Hello guys, and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Burke, and this up here right there is our brand new channel, Life's Biggest Questions, where we tackle the biggest questions you guys can come up with. We're going to try and get back up again now. So check that out and subscribe if you want to see more content. And this right here is a video I did a little while back talking about the top 10 best-selling video game consoles of all time. But guys, there's no point having something to play games on if you don't have anything to play on them. Am I right? Which is why this video is going to be all about video games, and specifically the top 10 best-selling video games of all time. Starting things off at number 10, we have Wii Play with 28.02 million sales. This game had games within the game, 9 of them to be exact. All of them were designed to be 2-player, but you could play them 1-player. There was things like shooting range, table tennis, fishing, and even that one where you rode a cow. That was a bit odd. The game did commercially well as an add-on for the Wii console, but some critics of the game were quite split on it. Some said it was too shallow, repetitive, or boring, while others said that for the price, it was a steal, and it was just simply meant to be an introduction to the Wii. It didn't claim to break any boundaries and was just a harmless bit of fun that tested your accuracy and cow riding skills, I guess. Turns out I'm pretty bad at that. Moving on to number 9, we have New Super Mario Bros. Wii with 29.32 million sales. The original Mario Bros. Was released way back in 1983, and this game gave a fresh look of paint for both fans and newcomers to the franchise. It was also praised for its solid multiplayer that helped it bring back that sense of two plumbers and their friends versus the world and Bowser, rather than just Mario being, a solo Rambo that some of the games have become. They stayed true to the original games in their design and controls, which most people absolutely love, but some critics did feel the game didn't offer anything particularly new compared to the originals, and that it was too easy overall. But generally speaking, the game was a huge success. Most of the big gaming magazines out there gave it about 90%, and in the space of just 8 weeks, it became the fastest selling single game in history. Coming in at the number 8 spot, we have New Super Mario Bros. DS with 30.79 million sales. That's right guys, I love to keep things nice and fresh and varied when I do these lists, but I can't change the numbers on this one, and the DS version of New Super Mario squeezes in here with that many sales. It actually came out about 3 years before the Wii version and was very similar in design. Many of the levels are almost identical actually, but the Wii version ended up being a lot more popular because fans just loved the multiplayer. Still, the fact that the DS version had a 3-year head start and that the DS is portable has helped Super Mario Bros. DS just edge out its Wii brother. Next up at number 7, we have Wii Sports Resort with 32.8 million sales. The original Wii Sports game was a huge success, but after the fun had died down, developers and gamers alike realized that the Wii's motion sensing remote wasn't quite as good as everyone first thought it would be. So when Nintendo released the Wii Motion Plus to increase the performance of the remote, they also debuted Wii Sports Resort. The game added 10 new sports to play, as well as reboots of bowling and golf. Yes, they even made golf fun. Moving on to the number 6 spot, we have Mario Kart Wii with 36.38 million sales. Now if someone had a Wii back in the day, there was a decent chance they would have this game. It was insanely popular. It had its roots firmly in the Mario Kart games of the past and included 16 retro tracks from them, the SNES and the N64 versions, but it also built on those. The game had easy to jump into multiplayer, it made great use of the Wii Remote's tilt control, and provided new tracks that have since become Mario Kart classics in their own right. Now as with most games to the Wii, its huge success could be attributed to just how accessible it was. Anyone and everyone could pick it up, and after just a few games racing around, they would pretty much get the hang of it. But there was also a much more competitive scene, which I was actually a part of. Yeah, I used to like be in a clan and we would race other clans. Yeah, so some people laugh at that. Some people say it's awesome. I still haven't decided yet. Coming in at the number 5 spot now, we have Super Mario Bros. With 55.75 million sales. Over 3 decades since its release, this 1985 classic was the first in the series and has sold the most as well. And in all that time, some people still call it the greatest video game ever, and that it helped form the industry as we know it today. Now for something so revered, the game is actually very simple. Mario and Luigi must rescue Peach from from Bowser. Press A to jump, hold B to run, and don't run into a Goomba. Many game designers today credit this very game with sparking their imagination and passion for video games, and the fact that 5-year-olds today can name Mario, Luigi, and Peach is a bit of a testament to exactly how much this cornerstone game achieved. Next up at number 4 we have Grand Theft Auto 5 with 65 million copies. Rockstar's latest offering in the franchise was always expected to do well as its predecessors, but nobody could have expected it to do this well. The game, set in fictional Los Santos, earned $1 billion in its first 3 days alone after going on sale. That is crazy. It ended up becoming the fastest selling entertainment product in history. Not even among games, guys, but all entertainment products ever. The open world game let players step into the shoes of 3 criminals and their crooked lives on the run from a government agency. Now, some people out there love the storyline, some loved the whole scope of the game world, and some loved the multiplayer. The game not only built on its predecessors but also raised the bar for action adventure games forever. Moving on to number 3 now, we have Wii Sports with 107.87 million copies sold. Now, I know we already talked about Wii Sports Resort and how successful it was, but it really owes it all to this game. Wii Sports was the flagship for the Wii when it was released back in 2006. It was everything Nintendo wanted to show off about the Wii. Family friendly, healthy, active, and easy to pick up by anyone. The job of the Wii was to win over all the millions of non-gamers who had fallen through the cracks of traditional gaming. As family and friends competed in bowling, tennis, and boxing, Wii Sports helped make the new console feel more like a group event and break that stereotype of the solitary gamer. Coming in at number 2 now, we have Minecraft with 107.86 million sales. Minecraft is the sandbox game to end all sandbox games. There is no goal to the game. You gather materials, you craft things, and you build. What you choose to do in this infinite and randomly generated world is totally up to you, and that whole open-endedness is what drew millions of people to the game. The game was first open to public testing back in 2009, and after 2 years of alpha and beta testing, it was released on PC. By this point, buzz about the game online had generated very good sales that actually attracted the eye of Microsoft, who bought the company and the game in 2014. These days, it's available on everything from PC to Xbox, PlayStation, Wii U, and on phones and tablets too. And finally at number 1, let's see if any of you guys got this one right. It's Tetris with 495 million sales. That is insane, almost $500 million. That's more than everything else on our list combined. It doesn't get more simple but ultimately more difficult than this game. Game pieces called tetraminos descend endlessly upon the player, and the only way to clear them is to create a line which will then destroy itself. The game came out in 1984 when it was created by Russian scientist Alexei Payetnov and is often referred to as the granddad of all puzzle games. Yes, even Candy Crush. It was first published on the PC and Commodore 64, but over the years it has spread to every conceivable console you guys can possibly imagine, including the hugely popular Game Boy version. Its popularity over the decades has been attributed to just how addictive this game is. There is even something called the Tetris effect, where players close their eyes at night and can still see the blocks just falling down. Scary. Actually sounds more scary than fun when you put it that way. So those were the best selling games of all time so far. There might be ones in the future that will come along and knock those off the list, but which one of these was your favourite? Statistically speaking, most of you guys should own at least one of these games, otherwise I've done something very wrong. But what other gaming related videos do you guys want to see next on Most Amazing Top 10? My name is Danny Berg. You can find me on Instagram somewhere down there, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.